Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Episode number 398, Drink Until You podcast, the only podcast that lasts until the last drop. How the hell is your Sunday going? How the hell was your week? I hope everybody's okay. I hope you're safe out there. I'm just hanging out on a Sunday night, having my little cocktail, Jose Cuervo mixed with my White Claw Surge, blood orange flavor, watching this Baltimore Buffalo game. The Bills are up currently 10-7, but Baltimore's fighting back. They just went on a huge run. They're down by the goal line now. So we'll get into NFL here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and have our first drink of the episode. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. Oh, they just scored. Yep, Jackson ran it in. All right. So yeah, man, I've had a great week, dude. I've kind of discovered something for myself. As I said a couple of weeks ago, I've been kind of doing some, just boxing in my living room and just trying to get throw some punches. I'm not trying to knock a hole in anything, or I don't even have a bag currently, which I'm okay with. I kind of like shadow boxing. I do 3 minutes on, and then I do 60 seconds off. And I do that for a total of 10 rounds. And just naturally searching for like boxing workouts and stuff, I came across, jumping rope, as most boxers do. And if they don't, they should do. And I just discovered, I went down this whole rabbit hole of just great boxers who were just experts with the jump rope. Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Roberto Duran, Floyd Mayweather. Did I say Mayweather? Like a maid? I meant Mayweather. But yeah, it's just a huge tool. And I guess I never, a jump rope is synonymous with boxing, but you never really think into depth like why they're doing it. So I started doing it, and let me tell you, man, if you want a humbling workout experience, try jumping rope for the first time since you were in elementary, probably. It was an absolutely humbling experience. There's really the two things I can think of off of the top of my head that will just humble your ass to the core when you try to do them is the one I recently discovered, I just said, jumping rope. And the other one is like using a shovel. Anyone who does like manual labor, using a shovel day in and day out, I mean, that you can never defeat the shovel. You know what I mean? Like, it's always going to kick your ass. And I have done work like that in the past, for some years. Here and there, just kind of sporadically or whatever. It's no joke, dude. The thing I used to say was I'm getting paid to work out was the mentality I kind of had to try to cope with, not wanting to do that kind of manual labor, but not really in the moment having a choice. But yeah, those are the two things I found. And the jump rope has just kind of sparked something in me that I've never had before, and that's just the drive to like keep doing it and be good at it. Like, it's the first time in my life I've ever done something that's so like cardio driven. Think about it. Like, you go on a treadmill or a bike or whatever machine you pick at the gym, you go on that for cardio, and it's like there's no challenge to that. You can never like defeat it. You know what I mean? I guess maybe you could say I ran on the highest speed for 30 minutes. I mean, maybe that's a thing, but that doesn't feel as satisfactory. Like jumping rope, it's just like when you get really good at that, that's just got to be such a great feeling to know you can just do that. And so basically my beginner's workout is to just go 15 seconds on, 45 seconds off, and you do it for 30 minutes. And I kind of did a little bit of rough calculation, and it's about maybe 6.5 full minutes of jump rope doing it that way if you do it for 30 minutes. Which, I mean, dude, just saying those numbers, 15 seconds, is like, oh, yeah, that's what you think in your head before you do it. You're like, that's no big deal. I got that. 15 seconds? This is going to be a breeze. The waiting there for the 30 minutes to end is going to be harder. And that couldn't be further from the truth, dude. Like, I was, granted, I my first time I did it, I went outside in the Texas heat in my backyard and, tried to do it. And I was like, no. The heat, it just added a whole other element. I already wasn't good at it. You know what I mean? So it's like, now the heat's beating down on me. It was a bad first day, is basically what I'm trying to say. But the second day, much better. The third day, even better. There was one point in time yesterday when I did it. I think yesterday was my fourth day of doing it. I'd skipped Friday. That's what it was. I told myself I was going to work out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday I got home and I was like, dude, I'm not doing it. So I saved it for Saturday. And there was a point in time when I was doing the exercise where I went for 40 seconds, all at once. I stayed consistent enough, because that can be the frustrating thing about it too, is having to start over after you've already gone for, a consistent minute or something. If you hit your feet or hit it on something, you have to start over. It's a little bit frustrating. But, I went for 40 seconds, and I was like, okay, I'm going to rest for only 1 minute and I'll get back to it. And then, I kind of deteriorated from that peak of doing it. But, dude, it's been fun. I love the challenge. You know what I mean? Like I said with the treadmill, how are you going to conquer the treadmill? That's not even an accomplishment. Conquering jumping rope and being able to do it consistent, that just seems like such a cool thing to me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But, it's been going well. On top of that, I'm, trying to mix it up and doing my shadow boxing workouts. And, dude, I've been trying, if anybody can share a resource or someone who knows, there's just so many different techniques out there. But I will tell you this, dude, my left hook absolutely sucks. I've been focusing on that a little bit more since I started doing this. And my left hook just sucks. One guy said you're supposed to turn over your hand at the end of your hook as if you're looking at the watch on your wrist. Another guy has another technique. Another teacher has another. It's what is the proper, how do I get power out of this? I don't mind practicing it slow to get the, the technique down. Slow is best. I always start slow. You know what I mean? And once I feel warmed up, I'll kind of punch a little bit harder or try more combinations or whatever. But, dude, if anybody has a resource, please let me know. Who knows how to throw a proper left hook? I mean, mine's when you, I'm right-handed. And, obviously I throw a football right-handed. I throw a baseball right-handed. And throwing a left hook feels like throwing a baseball or a football with my left hand. You know what I mean? My non-dominant hand. If anyone's ever done that before for the first time, it's your body loses all, I don't even know. Your body just flails. You know what I mean? It's not used to that movement. So you have, you do this weird thing with your shoulder where you put more of your shoulder into it. I don't know how to describe it, but that's basically what throwing a left hook looks like for me. Is it's just goofy. It's, I could be doing things in rhythm ta-ta, ta-ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. But when the left hook comes, it's the left hook is last and it's the slowest. It's ta-ta, ta-ta-ta. You know what I mean? A slowest, it wouldn't, you could see it. It's that scene in Austin Powers where Austin is on the steamroller and the dude's a fucking mile away. And he's like, no. It's dude, you can see my hook coming from a mile away. So it's not good, is basically what I'm trying to describe to you. But if anybody has any resources, please reach out to me on Twitter at drinkuntilyou. Email me, drinkuntilyou.podcast at gmail.com. And that's drinkuntilyou podcast at gmail.com. I kind of say drinkuntilyou podcast. That's the Texan in me, you know. Drinkuntilyou podcast at gmail.com. Please let me know. Show me a resource. Show me something that's helped you. I can't be the only one who's like had a shitty left hook that's listening to this podcast, right? I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe you guys are experts. Who knows? But yeah, it's going well, dude. I'm actually really enjoying it. Like I'm motivated. I did a little bit of it today. I didn't like set a timer or anything, but like that right there is such a good sign. The fact that I'm willing to do it, even, you know, I'm just like so fascinated by it. It's going to keep me motivated to keep doing it. And I don't really have to do anything other than keep doing it. You know what I mean? That's going to like fuel the fire to keep going. And, you know, of course I want to learn all the tricks and you switch your hands and you kind of do the double tap on each foot. You do a single foot. I mean, there's just so many different things you can do to build that muscle, that rhythm. You know, that's what it's about, is that footwork. Oh man, I thought Allen was getting the touchdown pass right there. But anyways, yeah, it's going well. Let's go ahead and have another drink. I can say this legitimately. For the first time in a long time, I've actually earned this drink. As far as, you know, like buckling down and doing my workout. You can feel okay about drinking if you do that, you know what I mean? So this drink is for not giving up, I guess. I don't know. Cheers, everybody. Follow me on my YouTube page, man. The YouTube Shorts. You know, I kind of noticed that with Instagram too. It's like if you put something on your page, your wall, or whatever you want to call it, you know, like hardly anybody sees that. If you do a story, that's just like such a quick, accessible thing. Like my friends will watch my story. You know what I mean? If I'm putting something on my wall, they don't really... And it's kind of the same thing as YouTube, I'm finding out. The shorts are the best, dude. I love watching shorts. I don't want to make too much of a commitment. I want to watch 15 to 30 seconds at a time, you know, and get whatever conspiracy I'm listening to that week. Uh-oh. Bills are about to get it in. Oh, I'm sorry. I had it backwards. I said it backwards. 17-7, Baltimore. I guess Baltimore was up 10-7. But yeah, I love the YouTube shorts, man. They're awesome. They're quick. They're in and out. I watch 1 million of them a day. But yeah, I've been doing the shorts, trying to build up the YouTube page. Go follow me over there. I think it's /DrinkUntilYou podcast or something like that. But yeah, just gaming, dude. I've been having a lot of fun doing that. Follow me on Twitch, by the way, too. Been playing a variety of games. I got MLB The Show 25. I think I mentioned this last week. They already won the World Series for 2025. The White Sox did. And I'm trying a new strategy for this game I've never done before. Supposedly, you can manage the team for 3 years, and then you can basically decide to go to another team. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 3 years with every team. I'm going to go White Sox. I'm going to go Oakland Athletics. I'm going to go Seattle Mariners. I'm going to go maybe Baltimore Orioles, and then Texas Rangers. I mean, I'm just going to start a Texas Rangers franchise soon because I want to play with Seager and Garcia and all the guys we have that we won the World Series with still. But yeah, I'm actually going to switch it up every 3 seasons, and you can make it easy on yourself, which I absolutely do. Baseball is one of those games that I don't put on hard. I put it on the easiest mode possible because it's not about being the best at that game. It's just about just having fun. You know what I mean? Like I can't. I've tried that game on hard, and it's frustrating as F, dude. Obviously, been playing a lot of Rocket League, switching back and forth from casual to competitive. I'm trying to pick it up in the competitive category a little bit more. I got to get to practicing on that. Red Dead Redemption. Oh, dude. That reminds me, the other day I was playing Red Dead Redemption, and I forget which town I was in. If you know the game, I mean, there's a zillion different towns, but there's, a limited number of gunsmiths you can go to and buy ammo and, buy guns from. Latest, greatest, upgraded if you have them unlocked, blah, blah, blah. So I forget which town I'm in, but I go into this gun shop. And I go up to the gunsmith, and he said, the first thing he said to me when I went through the door, he said, "If you attack me again, it's going to be bloody for you." And I was like, dude, what did I do? What did I do to this guy? Like, clearly I've been here before, and he knows me. To say that right off the bat, if you cause trouble again, you're going to jail, whatever. I was like, fuck, man, what did I do? I guess I already beat this guy's ass. I don't know for what reason. You know what I mean? I don't remember that. And this is my second playthrough, by the way. I've already beat the game once. This is my second playthrough. The gang is still in Horseshoe Overlook. And I'm building up my money. I'm building up my money. I'm building up my guns. I'm trying to find things that I'm not supposed to have yet, as far as guns go and weapons and stuff. And I'm really going to build up my character before I move on through the story. Because, this time around, I want the best of everything. The best that I can have in that situation. Whatever's unlocked, that's what I want. So, yeah, I go into this gunsmith, and I'm, just refilling on ammo. I've done a lot of hunting and stuff. And I'm refilling on ammo and all this and that. And he's like, if you attack me again, it's going to get bloody. And I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right, I just start looking through the catalog. And it just kind of got funnier the longer I stood there. Because I'm looking through the catalog, seeing what's new, seeing what I can upgrade to. And this guy starts, through the whole transaction, he starts going, "You're going to buy something, right?" And I was like, okay, I'm clearly looking through the catalog, and then he goes, "Listen, he gonna take all day long." And I was like, oh, now I see why I beat your ass the first time. He was talking so much shit that probably whenever, I don't know, dude, I haven't played this story in probably a year and a half. Well, whatever, a year and a half ago when I was in there, he was talking shit to me. I'm like, now it actually makes a lot of sense why I jump behind the counter and just beat up this random person. Oh man, it was so damn funny. Allegedly beat him up. I don't know if I actually did. I can't even remember. It's been so long, but dude, those kind of things make that game special. The detail of that, for him to even remember that I had been in there before and I had also beat his ass before. And I did, when I went in there, dude, I kind of felt bad at first. I was like, if I attack him again, I don't remember attacking this guy. It's okay, sorry, bro. And then the more I stood there, it was just okay, dude, you're fucking pissing me off. Will you shut the fuck up? I'm a paying customer. And the thing was I would start to buy stuff in the store, and he would continue to talk shit. I just bought, I refilled all my ammo. And he's like, "You're going to take all day." I was like, all right, bro. I'm in understanding why I allegedly beat your ass before. So, God, dude, I was my neighbors probably think I'm insane. I was howling, crying, fucking laughing, dude. When it just changed on me so fast. I felt guilty at first. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I know it's just a game, but it's I don't that's not really something I would typically do, but sorry about that. Let's move on with and he starts talking shit. God, it was fucking great. So, playing a little bit more Diablo. I just started a sorcerer, a new character, which I'm having an absolute blast with. Just games, dude. If you want, please join me. Diablo's multiplayer, Rocket League is multiplayer. I can even play Red Dead Redemption Online if you want to play multiplayer in that game. That's kind of fun, doing those little shootouts and stuff. I suck at them. But it's still fun. It's still fun to get killed by people, right? And regenerate. But anyways, hit me up, join me. Let's play, let's have some fun. Let's keep it lighthearted. Let's take another drink. Cheers, everybody. All right, moving on to the NFL. I actually don't even know. Excuse me. Aside from my Cowboys, I don't know what happened today. So let's go ahead and take a look. Excuse me. God, I got a frog in my throat today. I might have to edit that one out. That was big. But I don't even know what happened around the NFL, so we're going to go right now, and we're going to take a look around the NFL. Who won, who lost? My Dallas Cowboys, let me just tell you real quick. I know they did lose. I can tell you that much. I did watch that game. Let me just say, we didn't look as bad as I thought. We actually played pretty decent. You know what I mean? Now granted, my expectations are like really, my expectations are like really, no, I don't think you get it. Like, my expectations are like really low. You know what I mean? Like, we could lose every game this season. I'd be like, yep, I called it. But, I have low expectations, but we played well. I'm just really kind of shocked. But as I said, my Cowboys do lose week 1. We are now 0-1. Let's see. No, that's preseason. Here's week 1. Cowboys lose to the Eagles 24-20. I mean, we were right there. Chargers beat the Chiefs. Get out of here. I didn't know that. 27-21. Colts over the Dolphins, pretty big, 33-8. Steelers over the Jets, 34-32. That was a close one. Little nail biter there. Jaguars over the Panthers, 26-10. Cardinals over the Saints, 20-13. Commanders over the Giants. That's a NFC East rivalry. Commanders come out on top, 21-6 over the Giants. Buccaneers, Falcons. Buccaneers come out on top, 23-20. That was pretty close. Bengals over the Browns, 17-16, even closer. Raiders over the Patriots, 20-13. 49ers over the Seahawks, 17-13. Broncos over the Titans, 20-12. Packers over the Lions, 27-13. Say it ain't so. It's just week 1, but come on, Detroit. I'm expecting Detroit to have a strong season this season. The Rams over the Texans, 14-9. Like I said, currently Ravens 17, Bills 10, second quarter, and Vikings and Bears are tomorrow, which nobody will watch. But that's a little bit around the NFL week 1. UFC was on Saturday, dude, 11 o'clock, which I will never bitch about an 11 o'clock start ever again. Especially, Baltimore just fumbled. They got it back. I will never bitch about a 11 o'clock start again for the UFC. Because 6 a.m. the week before was just so hard to do. I got to get a TV recorder. I don't have TiVo, but I got to get something. Is there a device out there where you can just record TV and watch it back? That would be awesome. You know, I don't want to subscribe to your like cable network or anything, but yeah, dude, UFC Paris. Paris was fucking rowdy, dude. That crowd was just having a fantastic time. They were singing the whole time, which adds another element. They were chanting for their fighters, you know, the French fighters. And every fight was a banger, dude. That was a hell of an event, and I am so glad I watched it. I'm so glad I didn't miss it. I mean, from start to finish, like I'm telling you, that first fight, the two chicks, the chick that won, her name is Hughes, and she just did what you love to see. She went in there and she just pressured her opponent, smothered her, submitted her. I think she got her in that face crank thing, which I can't remember who it happened to, but one of the guys got one of those. It's basically like a rear naked choke, but it's like it's not on your neck, it's on your chin. You kind of have your chin tucked to protect your neck, but they can crank down on your chin too. I forget who it happened to, but there was a fighter that was getting cranked so hard that it like snapped his jaw. You know, like that's fucking brutal, bro. So yeah, Hughes just dominant in that first fight, and I was like, dude, that was a great fight to start. The second fight, banger. The third fight, banger. I was just like, dude, like fight after fight after fight after fight. I just kept me, you know, putting matches together. You can't predict how it's gonna go. You know what I mean? Like you just can't. There's no way to. But whoever, yeah, they did it right, man. They did it right for that event for sure. I do remember the one that was at like 6 a.m. You know, it was like every other fight was good, you know. Maybe not every fight. But this one, dude, it was just fight after fight after fight. That was just like something epic was happening. The fight nerds taking a beating this time, man. Roofy, I call him Roofy. But Hoofy loses, man. He got dominated pretty hard as well, which, you know, that I've never seen that happen to him before. You know, they said, the announcers said it was a body kick that came in that really changed the fight. It's like he took that one shot and Hoofy was just not his same pressuring, attacking, like go get himself. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. I mean, these are guys like, just imagine, like just walking on the street and one of those guys kicking you like that. Like the guys that they go in there and they kick and they change the fight. Like these guys are used to getting kicked and used to getting punched in uncomfortable spots and having the wind taken out of them, you know, and they press forward. That's what they know to do, is to press forward, dude. Like any average Joe Schmo takes that shot and you're probably down. You're not going to work for a week. I can't come into work, sir. Alex Pereira kicked me in the fucking gut and I can't move from my couch, you know what I mean? Like, there's that video of him like playfully kicking that UFC chick in the leg and she just fell down like her leg was fucking broken. He barely touched her. But I mean, his technique, he's done it for so long. He knows exactly where to kick. It was so good that it was just like a little pop, a little love tap, and she was fucking down, like rolling around. Like, oh my God, dude. You gotta train. I mean, it's so hard to do that job, you know? You just gotta train to... You gotta train to, like, be lethal offensively, but you gotta train to, like, fight someone who's also lethal offensively and take their shit and, like, keep going. It's just nuts, man. That's what makes it so fascinating. But, yeah, great. I have nothing bad to say about that Paris UFC event. That was great. That was epic, man. So, anyways... That's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for listening. I'm going to finish off this football game. I'm going to go ahead and give you a prediction for it, even though they're down. I think the Bills are going to come back on them. You know, I've been rooting for Baltimore in a way, you know, because of the whole like hardcore scene and Turnstile and Trapped Under Ice and Angel Dust and all those dudes up there, you know what I mean? Like coming out with these bands and stuff. It's like it's made me want to root for Baltimore a little bit more. You know, I've always loved the Orioles, but just the football, you know, you guys know how I feel about football. But, yeah, they've been just letting me down. Like, they look tough. And I think I think the world of Lamar Jackson, and then they can't put it together at the end of the season. So, you know, they're just like a letdown. But the Bills have been good, will continue to be good. And I got to say this, too. Those whiteout Bills jerseys, dude, those look fucking dope. Like, yeah, I'm not a fan, but those are fucking sick. And it's kind of crazy to think, too. Like, the Bills are building a new stadium, and they're not even putting a roof on that motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? Like, you should... I mean, I guess it's, like, iconic and classic that they have these snow bowls or whatever, but it's like... You know, if you did a covered roof, you could still have those sometime. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work like that. Maybe you'd have to get a certain kind of turf or something. What do I know? But, yeah, you could open the roof whenever you want. You could also close the roof whenever you want. If you're not feeling a fucking snow bowl and you're not feeling making your fans suffer in the freezing cold, you know, close the roof. It's too cold. You know, have a degree temperature. If it drops below 0, you know, if it goes below 0, you got to close the roof. If it's, above that, we'll keep the roof open. No big deal. I think that would be smart as hell, but yeah, they're not doing that. They're leaving it open. New stadium, open roof. You're subjected to the elements. Good luck. In a way, I guess that's kind of an advantage because they're used to it and not everybody will be used to it. And it's, you know, like my friend who is a part of the Bills Mafia said, they love that. That's their style of football. So, you know, whatever, let them have it. It's all good. But anyways, let's go ahead and take our last drinks. We'll call it a night. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. All right. I will talk to you all next week. I love you all. As always, don't drink and drive. Treat yourself to an Uber. Treat yourself to a Lyft. Treat yourself to a DoorDash. Treat yourself to a Waymo and Uber Eats. It's just not worth it. Just be safe out there. I will talk to you all next week. I love you all. Bye.